All right, call in tonight. Tulsa Talks, what's up? I'm out working the work. We're gonna do something special tonight for our Tulsa Talk Thursdays, every Thursday. I'm embracing this as my podcast. I mean, I may do some other podcasts, but right now this is what we got. This is the Tulsa Talk podcast. We're actually gonna maybe dump Tulsa Talk Thursdays. I'm just making this up right now. The team doesn't even know, but I thought about it on my way to get my massage today after my evening meetings. I was thinking, instead of calling it Tulsa Talk Thursdays, which we do it every Thursday and that's our day, but why don't we call it Tulsa Talk Podcast? Because I think podcast thing is like a little cooler. I got it. I got this. I'm producing my own show. So, we want to treat this more. It's going to be, obviously, it's our conference call. I got to call in live right now. I'm actually late on the call in live. So we do call in live for viewers, and we go, hey
guys.
Kind of, oops, I forgot the phone number. I did all that. Hold on. So I'm going to call in. Hey, can you do me a favor? Mm-hmm. Can you call in for me from this phone?
Sure can.
I don't know what this number is to tell Queen Tan what the number is. We'll try it. Tell her, I don't know what this phone number is. Okay. If you can find, why don't you tell her that, just tell her that we're about to call in from that phone. See if that works. Right. While I type this number. So 1 second live stream. We're getting some house cleaning done. I'm going to call in live. I'm posting it on my Instagram so other folks can call in live tonight. And we're going to do something special tonight called Deal Smack. And for all those investors who are watching, you guys can call our number here. And if you have a business opportunity, a real estate opportunity that you would like some partnering in, so like some capital infused into your business, call us up and I want to evaluate your deals on the spot and smack it around a little bit and see if it passes the smell test. So we're going to be doing that tonight. So we want you to call in and present your deals. I don't want you to submit them on live stream. That's just too much reading. So you got to call in to submit your deals. Let me see. Let me evaluate what you got. What you got?
We're calling from this number.
That number. I don't know what that number is. We're calling it.
44902. I'm gonna text her.
Okay. Tell her right now we're calling in from that and then call it. All right. So we're gonna call in for our live audience in a second. They're probably mad because they're on the conference line and we're not there yet, but this is life. All right. Boom. Cool. All right. Oh, I can actually do it from this now. Hold on. Now I could just call in from this. 640. Let me see. Well, appreciate you guys for tuning in with us every Thursday.
Provided by freeconferencecall.com. Please enter your access code followed by the pound or hash sign.
640076. Got it. Oh, I was just doing it from my other phone. Let's see if this works. Queen Tam, do you hear me? Bam. Tulsa Talks conference call. Peace, family.
The recording has started. Q&A session has started. To ask your question, please press *6. Unmuted.
All right. Hey, Queen Tam. Oh, wait. Unmute me. There we go. All right. So now we're all in. Thank you for those who are being patient on the conference call. I was over here kind of talking to the live stream. We got Tulsa Talks Thursday, or Tulsa Talk Podcast, Queen Jazz. I'm changing the name. Tulsa Talk Podcast on the Tulsa Real Estate Fund IG page for the live streamers, on the Tulsa Real Estate Fund Facebook, and now Tulsa Real Estate Fund Conference. And what I need everyone to do who's watching this now or watching the replay is to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. We're going to level this thing up. Give us 4 weeks. 4 weeks. It's going to be a whole new set, energy, segments, dings, buzzers. Watch. 4 weeks, right? So 4 weeks, we're going to make the Tulsa Talk podcast a real thing. TTP. It's going to be the new TTP. Tulsa Talk podcast, because it's all things Tulsa Real Estate Fund, Treff Life. It's all things that are attached, associated, or of interest to the first ever fund in America owned by Africans in America, right? We run this and operate it by us. and it's historic, and it's impactful, and we are going to be getting our bag up, right, collectively as a unit, the People's Fund, we call it. So anyway, today on Tulsa Talks, we're going to implement one of our first, so for all our people on the conference line, or those joining the conference line, today we're going to introduce one of our first parts of our new segment, which is Deal Smack, right? So Deal Smack is where you as investors, business owners, entrepreneurs, real estate agents, whomever, sponsors of deals, managers, you guys can call in verbally, give it to me. Tell me what kind of deal you are working on, working with, trying to do, looking for a partnership in, any opportunities you have for TREF life, for TREF, and then I want to see if that deal passes a smell test. We're going to smack it around a little bit and see if you have thoroughly dotted your I's and crossed your T's in your deal opportunities. So I want to say that. We're going to do that in just a few. We also, let's see, any updates. Major updates right now is we have a closing date on or before October 5th is the closing date for one of, actually this will be our first acquisition under the fund. This is going to be the Legacy Center or Legacy Space. We got to add up the IG and Facebook poll we did. What was the results?
It's right here.
What were the results? Let's see. So for those you don't know, we have 30,000 square feet of commercial space under contract. This space, this center, is going to house several businesses, including an entrepreneur incubator, where we'll be able to incubate our ideas and businesses and these real estate opportunities, as well as a production studio here in Hotlanta, which is the second largest film and TV production center in the world. Or not in the world, well, at least in the United States. What we got? So our vote.
Legacy Center is first.
So we
132
asked Instagram and social media and Facebook, what titles did you like for our new building? And this is going to be swaggy, and it's going to be so impactful because we're going to have a home base to train entrepreneurs, to do self-development, to host our African American repair curriculum, or United African and American repair curriculum. And to do just so much more. I don't want to give everything away. There's some, little gems in there that, we don't want to let everybody know. But the point is that this will be a space that we feel very strongly about, and being a profitable venture also for the fund, because the space will come with some anchor tenants. And so not only will it be a space that we can develop and develop the actual physical real estate, but develop businesses in this space and develop entrepreneurs in this space and develop our community from this space. It also will be a profit center for us, God willing. So we asked the community what names would they. So what were the name options, Queen Jazz, that we had?
Legacy Center.
Legacy Center was one.
Okay, people created this and it just took off. Garvey Legacy Center.
Garvey Legacy Center.
Garvey Space.
Garvey Space.
Legacy House.
Legacy House.
And Legacy Space.
And Legacy Space. So those were some of the top names that, I suggested a few and then asked the community, have you got any ideas or remixes? Please submit them. So the top was Legacy Center.
Yep.
With how many votes?
132.
132 online votes said Legacy Center. And then what was number two?
The Garvey Legacy Center.
The Garvey Legacy Center. Well, how many votes?
76.
76. And there was three.
Garvey Space with 41.
Garvey Space of 4. Maybe we should do one more tally with the top two and see what everyone says. There's two options. We can do that. So we want to, again, make this a communal thing, a village thing the cool part about this space, this is what I really like. I envisioned us, let me peel the label off my water because no one deserves any advertisement, product placement off us. Not just yet. Not till they cut the check. Actually, let me move these devices over too while I'm at it. Put my books, another book up front. But for those who invested early in the Tulsa Real Estate Fund and became founders, we promised that our founders would have a big monument plaque we will memorialize our founders' names in the first property that we developed and acquired. And this is going to be cool. We got some cool ideas talking to our project managers and our development partners, construction partners with this property. We got some cool ideas where we're talking about a headquarters where your name for our founders is going to be inscribed. I can't tell you where, but it's going to be cool. And where you can come with your children and be like, that's us, or that's us, or wherever it's going to be at, you can be like, that's us. So it's going to be a spot here in the Atlanta area where it can be home, for this economic revolution and this repair revolution for our community. So we got live streamers again. Call into the number here on the board. Those who are on the conference call, we do want you all to be able to ask questions tonight. If you have any questions about the fund, for those who don't know, Tulsa Real Estate Fund is a Regulation A Tier 2 crowd fund. With this crowd fund, it allows working class, everyday investors, as well as private institutions, family offices, and all types of organizations or companies to invest in real estate or business assets that the fund manages and will manage, and invest for as little as $500 minimum investment to own 10 shares of our company and receive 8% preferred return and 50% of your share of the profits as these assets perform and produce revenue, right? And so again, we're talking about October 5th. We're scheduled to have our first closing. There's some other really cool projects that should be shortly after unfolding and announcing and closing. And, we'll keep raising capital and keep executing deals. We'll be going to Detroit in 2 weeks. We have a few opportunities in Detroit I'm really excited about. I think it'd be great to do something in a city like Detroit that's been so underserved, but we've seen be so gentrified right now. And so I have some pretty well-established contacts in Detroit, and we're looking forward to seeing if anything unfolds there, and some other spots in the Midwest. We have some things in the Northeast, New Jersey, New York that we're also looking at. And, so we're always accepting deals. If you have a deal, unfortunately, the team has not changed the application that I requested on the website just yet. There is an application there. It's pretty long. If you want to fill it out, please fill it out, and you can submit your deal. But hopefully by next Tulsa Talk, next Thursday, if you go to tulsa-realestatefund.com, you'll see a one-page application, nice and quick and easy for you to submit your deal opportunities to us, for us to review, to be a capital partner with you, a preferred equity partner, maybe a debt financer, depending on the situation. So we're always looking and scrubbing deals. And so I want to get into any Q&A about fund opportunities, meaning if they're business or real estate opportunities or even if they're hypotheticals you're thinking about, or the deals we have on a table hot and ready right now. Let's talk about some deal opportunities. Let's smack them around. This is Deal Smack. And let's see if any of our callers have anything for us. If you have anything general that you want to comment or contribute, please do. Yes, sir.
Evaluating my first wholesale property, what are some main things to look for in determining whether or not the property is worth it? And once again, I just want to say thank you to the Kings and Queens over at the Trust Fund.
Oh, thank you. So he said in evaluating his first wholesale property, what are the things he should look at in evaluating a property? That is a question for our Wednesday night J. Morrison Academy mentorship call for real estate investors and entrepreneurs. Are you part of JMA?
I'm not part of JMA, but I'm very interested in getting a part of it. I need to get on that.
Yeah, that's where you need the training. That's the training where we lesson 6, I believe, in our wholesale mastery course, in our real estate investors course, is how to evaluate a deal, both a wholesale deal, a flip deal, or a whole deal. We'll show you how to evaluate them, find your purchase ratio, ROI, your ARVs, understand if it's a good deal, bad deal. All that's taught through our sister company, the J. Morrison Academy, which JMA is offering a special on our beginners course, which includes our credit mastery program and our residential real estate program, for just $200, not even $200, $199, you can get 6 months of mentorship. Not $199 a month, $199 flat tuition. That's it, just $200, well less than.
Wow. Wow.
One
Okay.
flat tuition.
Okay.
You get 6 months of mentorship, which include weekly mentorship calls, which you can ask those questions on. But you won't even need to ask that question because you'll get the residential real estate course, which is over 26 lessons, not found on YouTube or anywhere else, and the credit mastery course from my partner Will Roundtree on how to build your credit and leverage. And you'll know that question before it's even time for the mentorship call and have to ask it because you'll be trained.
Okay, got you. Got you.
There you go.
Lastly,
Love.
thank you, Mr. J. The Garvey Legacy Center name is super way. I like that name a lot.
The Garvey Legacy Center? All right, that's one vote for the Garvey Legacy Center. All right, we'll go to our next caller. Live stream again. Feel free to hop on your other phone, call in, and if you got a deal.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is the deal. This is Javon Green. Thank you for taking my call. I want to congratulate you first on the new space in Atlanta.
Thank you, sir.
I'll put in my vote for Garvey Legacy Center as well.
Ooh, Garvey Legacy Center. Talk that talk.
Yeah.
Talk that talk.
So that's what I thought. Once again, I want to introduce myself, Javon Green. My wife and I, we own and operate Green Love Kitchen in Lithonia, about 15-20 minutes.
Okay.
And we've been there for 4 years. We recently put in an offer on 2 properties right on Main Street, and it's exciting because not only do we own and operate this restaurant, we've been doing really good. I sit on the downtown development authority for Lithonia, so as well as the president of the business association. So we're under contract for these 2 properties, and because I sit on the DDA, we can go through Georgia City's fund and get 40% of the collateral paid for, so 40% and 50% by the bank, which would be you guys. But the best part about it is they don't mind being in second lien position.
So, whoa. Let's back up. What's your name again, King?
Yeah.
What's your name again? Lee?
Javon Green.
Oh, Javon Green. I'm sorry. I don't know where I got Lee from.
Yeah.
Javon Green. All right, so King Javon.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you have a deal. We're going to smack it around a little bit where you say that there's, I guess, is this debt or grant or what kind of money is this? You said, but second position money. So for those who don't know,
It's a revolving loan. It's a revolving loan fund.
a revolving loan fund.
Yes, a revolving loan fund.
Okay.
Yes. And what it is they will allow, and a lot of businesses all throughout of Georgia have used this fund. So what it is they'll give the money directly to you, the bank, and
Okay.
they don't mind being in second lien position. It's because it's through the Downtown Development Authority.
Gotcha. So through a downtown development authority, they're offering
Yes.
40%. You said of a low, I guess, low interest revolving loan.
Yes, it's a low interest revolving loan, and once
So
again,
40% of
it's
what?
second lien position.
So 40% of what?
40% of the total cost acquisition as well as build out. The only thing they don't pay for is administrative costs.
Gotcha. So minus an administration cost, 40% of acquisition of a property and the build out of the property, they will give you as a
Yes.
low interest second mortgage position loan,
Absolutely.
subordinate to our superior position in a debt situation.
And the director already came out and viewed the 2 sites that we are under contract at the moment, and he's excited about it. You know, we're excited about it as well. So once again, our mission. So downtown Lithonia, we've been deemed the new Black Wall Street. Just to let you know, we incubated a small bookstore called Black Dot Bookstore. Within less than a year, he was able to open up the space next door. But we're leasing in our current space, and the opportunity came to open up this other space.
Gotcha.
And
So you're
other-
talking about.
other real estate.
So I'm repeating a little what you're saying. So our IG followers. So for those on IG, if you want to hear better quality, see there's a microphone up here. You may not be able to see, but that microphone links to our Facebook fan page, so they hear really the best quality. And so IG, if you want the best quality, go to Facebook fan page to watch the stream, or just chill on IG and get what you get. But so I'm repeating these questions. So right now you have 2 properties under contract. These are commercial properties.
Yes. Yes, they are commercial right on Main Street.
Right on Main Street in Lithonia, here in Georgia, which are dubbing the new Black Wall Street. And now in Lithonia, you and your wife own a restaurant.
Green Love Kitchen.
Green Love Kitchen.
Green Love Kitchen. Avery said Green Love Kitchen. Avery had he had the greedy boy face. He said Green Love Kitchen. Okay.
Bookstore right across the way. Yeah.
Serious about our mission,
So-
you know, and what we do for the community. Yes.
That's love. That's love. It sounds like you're really sincere about it. You and your wife, and that's great. So the opportunity. So what do you got these two properties under contract for? And would both these properties be properties that your business would, take over, or is one for another anchor tenant, or how does that look?
Pretty much so. They're both huge properties. The one property that Greenbelt Kitchen will be moving to is 3,400 square feet. And for the main part, we're going to look to do the kitchen as well as the markets. And the idea is to go up the supply chain and just focus on distribution, manufacturing, distribution, obviously hiring, and just focusing on that supply chain for our profits. So the operation, we're already rolling. And once again, if you like the deal, we can sit down. I can show you the numbers, but we're positioning ourselves to really have, vertical as well as horizontal growth. In that space, we're looking to lease out and open up another business. So we created we have a real estate company that holds the real estate, and we have a servicing company that takes care of the businesses that operate. So we're looking to, once again, redevelop the entire community.
Gotcha.
We just purchased a property, another commercial property right around the corner, that we're going to look to do some other things. We're surrounded by Stonecrest Mall, Arabian Mountain, which is a nature trail of like thousands of acres.
Okay, so hold on, slow it, back up. So one property is 3,400 square feet, and how much is that property acquisition?
Okay, so I'm getting it at a deal. She's asking 225, but the owner is willing to sell below 200, so we're looking at about 190.
Okay.
And the other property is similar square footage. That's about 31 for 140. So the two properties come up to about 330. And then
Okay, so 190 and 140 to buy two commercial properties, a total of 6,500 square feet roughly. So 6,500 square feet of real estate for $340,000. Commercial real estate. Is there any mixed use attached, residential units, or is all strictly commercial?
They're all strictly commercial, but there is a possibility to build up. We just recently built a 74 apartment unit right behind the complex, and then there's outside space. So that literally just went up and it's totally occupied, but we can't build up.
So there's opportunity to build up. We talk about the air rights above the building. There's opportunity to build up, leveraging the air rights to create more residential space or commercial space or mixed use space. Gotcha. Love it. So that's 340, and then we know the second business is something you haven't identified yet, it seems like. But the first one...
Well, we have some lease. We have our own ideas, but we have some people that are looking to lease out the space to do vapor, tea, coffee. We've had someone...
Okay, so you have some interest. Gotcha. So you got some interest in lease. And how much would you lease out that second space for, ideally, in a perfect world?
Well, we're splitting it up. 700 square feet will go for about $1,000 to make it affordable for the tenant. And once again, it's the whole idea is to incubate the business.
Gotcha.
It's anywhere from about 1,000 to 2,000. So we're looking, if we go the rental route, about $3,000 a month, just on rental income.
Gotcha.
Downstairs. Yes.
So that space that's 3,100 square feet, you're gonna break it up into about 700 square feet at $1,000 per 700 square feet kind of parcels.
Pretty much.
Roughly. So if that were, looking at just say 2,800 divided by 7, you're talking about 4 sevens. That's be about $4,000 a month if that were fully rented. Okay, on that space, $4,000 a month on a $140,000 building. Okay, and now.
It's a sweet deal, Jay. I can't pass it up.
Gotcha. And then what is your build out looking like? You think for the restaurant portion of it?
The cost to build out, total cost, I have the numbers up. It's going to cost anywhere from. So mind you, the space itself already has the sprinkler systems. They have the exits. They're up to code. So the
That's dope.
Had it before had like a nursing home.
Yep.
So it's up to code. All we have to do is pretty much like put up a frame. And I have some great contractors. They work on several of my projects. So they already looked at the space, running the gas line, HVAC, and it's really just equipment, purchase equipment and install. That's just the back end, and then on the front end, it's just putting out a juice bar. We're looking to have a juice bar.
I can't find my calculator.
Nutrition wellness center. So we're looking at about anywhere from like 80 to about 100, 120 the cost to build out.
Gotcha. So about 80 to 120. So let's call it let's call it an even 100. So that space is 190 plus an even 100. So now you're looking at 290. Right? So 290 would be the acquisition and build out. And then what would your company pay, or how would you work that lease structure or finance structure?
In terms of the cost, like how we're going to pay everything, so once again, it's that 50-40 10 split going through Georgia City's foundation. And Tulsa would be at the 50%, but you guys would be in first lien position. And, you know, obviously we'll collateralize everything. And the 40% Georgia City's foundation. So now the thing about Georgia City's foundation is that they don't have the capacity to like service. So like if there's draws and things of that nature, you guys are going to be taking care of that. So you guys
Understood.
Yeah.
So question for you, right? I know it's a sweet deal. There's second lien money involved in the capital stack. Now that 10, is that 10% equity that you all have to provide based on their criteria?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. So you're looking at, we don't know what build out the second space would be right now, but we're looking at 290 build out on one space, which with your company being the anchor tenant or the kind of the guarantor. And then 140 on the other, maybe renting out for 4,000 with the opportunity to build up. So, outside of the debt position, would you all be open to some creative financing or private equity opportunities with Tulsa being able to be partners in this deal outside of the debt financing scenario?
I'm open for that. This is why I called. I just saw it on Instagram that there was I invested in Tulsa. I'm sold, brother. So I'm looking forward to this. So this opportunity is a great one, and right now
I like the sound of it.
I have a loan broker. Already working on the deal because we're in the process of closing. But if you just look up Greenwood Kitchen.
Yes.
You see the numbers and you can see what's taking place, and then we can have like a better conversation.
Yes, no, that's not a problem. So what we can do,
I would love for you to be a part.
say no more. So Queen Tam, so our moderator is going to write down your number, King, and I or someone very close to me will reach out. We'll exchange emails. I'll get you over the one-page summary app, the easy app that'll allow us to be able to scrub the deal fairly quickly. We can move fast. This is not a very expensive deal. This could be an opportunity for, again, all our Tulsa investors and founders to own a piece of Main Street, downtown Lawtonia with a fellow Tulsa founder and his wife and his family. This is the whole freaking purpose of the fund. To be the rich uncle. To be the rich uncle for the People's Fund, right? So no, let's. This would be great. I'm glad we're recording this. We're documenting this. This is documented because let's see. Again, and it seems like you know your business well, and tonight we're talking about the art of the deal, and in the art of the deal is all about who your partner is. There's the sponsor, right? You guys are the sponsors, and it's all about your credibility, and it sounds like you guys have done your due diligence. You have a track record for success, and that's one phase of it. And then looking at actually the deal numbers and stats, and based on just these preliminary numbers, I'm sure the interest is probably under 5% for that revolving line. Based on that at 40%, well, we can contribute at 50% and have the opportunity to build up some residential units. And the fact, listen, if you Tulsa founders, you could prove it, they're going to hook you up on the greens when you go to Greenleaf. Now I can put that out there. We don't know. Okay, yeah, and then Queen Jazz asked if you could DM us your business info. We would love to feature your business on our page.
Okay.
Yep. So,
Not a problem.
thank you so much for calling, King. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Add it in.
It's so funny, Jay. We're two people. My wife just texted me because she's not here, and I guess she's listening. She's like, just say yes. Just say yes. Yeah, so shout out to my lovely wife. I love you. Thank you. But the second thing is that you mentioned film industry. Benny Boom was at the restaurant yesterday, like Black Lightning and a lot of other film companies come to like little towns to film.
Yep.
And they're all over. So, I took a picture with Benny Boom yesterday and they came to support supported, you know, in a major way, and a couple other, you know, people.
And he's legendary. And I'm gonna tell you one of the. You know, speaking of your wife, I'm gonna tell you. You know, my wife, Ernestine Morrison. You know, if we pull off this deal, you will have one of the best food advocates out there for your business with Queen EJ. Young Betty is. I'm telling you, she make one of the best food ambassadors you could ever have. So we want to talk about driving some traffic, but appreciate you though for calling and just adding so much energy to the call tonight. Again, guys, call in if you got a deal, an opportunity. Let's run it by us. This brother definitely knows his stuff. Couldn't smack him around too much. We look forward to scrubbing this deal, seeing if we can underwrite it. And what do you have an anticipated closing date?
Right now, hoping that we're looking. I want to say the 15th. My wife has been like she has the purchase to sell. I don't have it in front of me, but
okay.
I know we're looking at the 15th of October.
15th of October. All right. Well, listen, our underwriting can move fast. This is why you all invested, so we have the liquid capital to not be guessing or relying on others to support our own dreams and ventures. So let's get this thing going. Let's see if we can underwrite it. Let's see if we can make this maybe our second deal in closing in October. October is my birthday month, Bob. But by the way, it's OVO over here. It's October's very own. October 30th is my birthday. And let's make October a grand month. Let's make it a grand month. Thank you, King. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. All right. Let's start this thing off with a bang. Put that IG post out. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to innovate out this month. Yes, sir. Peace. Yes.
Hey, Jay, how you doing? This is Mark Johnson.
Doing great. Thank you. How are you?
Doing well. I'm out in Tyler, Texas. I talked to you. I had talked to you on Instagram before. Just about getting deals down here in Texas. I'm getting snapped around down here. I'm a realtor out here, and you might remember talking to me. You told me happy birthday in March. But I was just trying to see how can I get y'all, I guess, to do some deals with me down here in Texas. I have about $110,000. I'm trying to invest down here, but these guys out here, they have a lot more power and stuff, and I can't really just find any good business partners to do any business with down here.
Understood. So if here it is. If you guys are in different cities and different areas, and what King said is he's in Texas. What part of Texas you in?
I'm in Tyler, Texas. It's in East Texas.
Okay, Tyler, Texas, East Texas. Okay, and there's some opportunities for some deals. He's a realtor. He has some capital, looking to invest. But for us to get into other markets, what we're relying on, again, just as we just said, is the experience and credibility and validity of the sponsor. And where we would come in is as preferred equity or private equity partners, right? And so we would love to see any opportunities to partner with you. So what you would have to do, you can wait for our new deal app, where our old deal app is find a deal that you've evaluated. Do you have experience investing in real estate outside of being an agent? Do you have experience investing in real estate or developing?
Yes, sir. Well, I've had two rental properties that I sold maybe a year and a half ago.
Okay, so you have two rental properties. Great. So if, depending on what kind of deal you're trying to do, there's two things I would suggest. If there is, just say, some rental units, something that falls in your wheelhouse, but it's a great opportunity, but you're not, capitalized enough or strong enough in a deal to be able to get it done, you would simply submit an app to tulsa-realestatefund.com, submit your application for funding and say, hey, look, I got these opportunities. It's $300,000. I got 100. I got 50. I got 70. Here's my resume. Here's the deal opportunities. And, what can we work out with partnership? Or I propose these terms for partnership, right? And we would scrub that. If there's something more complex that you think is a good opportunity but may not fall in your wheelhouse of experience, then you could still submit that deal or reach out to us and say, hey, look, and this is where our training comes in a sister company, JMA, to say, hey, look, I think there's something that falls in a great opportunity, but I don't have the development experience, the sponsor experience, etc. Can I get some coaching on how to do that? And can we still bring this deal to Tulsa for some partnerships? But you guys walk me through it as a sponsor from a coaching perspective, right? So it's two different things. In Tulsa, we're not looking to train, coach, or mentor anybody. We're just looking to be the rich uncle, right? For folks who have already dotted the I's and crossed the T's. In JMA, J. Morrison Academy, that's where we will give you one-on-one consultations. We will mentor you 6 months, a year of coaching, whatever it is you need to coach you through the process so you could be the top developer investor that you can be, but still have access to Tulsa funds through the application process and as a coaching client.
Okay. Yeah, because I know we have a lot of opportunity out here in Tyler, Texas. We're very short of houses out here. Everything's selling basically or getting rented out. And our apartment complexes are filling up and overflowing. So a lot of my clients can't even find houses. So I'm really just trying to develop some stuff or build some apartment complexes. Do something to open up. Kind of the money's out there that we'll be able to help a lot of people.
Absolutely. So you know what we're going to do? Queen Tam, what's your name again, King? I'm sorry.
Mark Johnson.
All right, King Mark Johnson. Queen Tam, take Mark's number, please, on the moderation. And Mark, we're going to have King Corey or King Flip or one of our WEAs give you a call tomorrow to talk to you about our developers coaching. Because if the angle is getting into development, new construction, subdivisions, that kind of thing, let's talk about getting you acclimated and trained up to be as effective as possible in that space. So when we do go invest together, you can be a good lead and a good boots on the ground. Even though you don't have the experience, you are wise enough to hire folks with the experience, right? That's all you got to do is be an expert at hiring experts. So we'll have one of the team members reach out to you. So if you see a number you don't know, it's probably not the bill collector or any spam. It's probably our team hitting you up. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks so much for the call. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
And guys, remember, please subscribe to the iTunes Tulsa Talks Thursdays, which are now going to be Tulsa Talk Podcasts. Tulsa Talk Podcast on iTunes. Please subscribe because we're going to record these visually and and from an audio standpoint every week and repurpose them on iTunes. So support that, share that, and encourage folks to come out. So who else we got on the deal smack? What's that?
Greetings, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
So I am an investor of Tulsa and also read your book and means you're amazing dude. So
Thank you.
Get right to it. I has evaluated my situation and it's all about assets now, low debt or assets. So and I invested in numerous of pro-black, ventures out here. And one of the major investments that I'm in right now is called Black Mama Tea the Cafe by Vanessa Braxton.
Yes, I'm familiar with that. Yep.
Interesting. So, are we as collective going to invest in one of the franchises when the IPO comes around?
Well, what we can't from this particular fund. In the future, as we get this fund down, we're going to have other funds that'll function more like venture capital or work on, business incubation or media, whatever it is, right? But with this fund model, it's real estate and business assets. I don't believe the IPO would clear our regulation. But what we did talk about was it Vanessa, right? Queen Vanessa, yep. Is we talked about Tulsa potentially being the acquisition partner for commercial spaces for her franchises to live and to be housed for the Black Mama Tea.
Awesome.
So
Absolutely. Yeah, because it could be like you said, like it could be because it'll definitely bounce back into us. Wherever the money comes, it'll come back to the Tulsa Fund. We'll spend with Vanessa. It'll go back to her, and she'll pay you. It'll just double bounce.
Yep. So yeah, we have had some communication. I know her and my wife. We actually met her in Brooklyn as well. She came out, and we've had different dialogue. So we have talked about how to come up with a strategic plan to collaborate so Tulsa can support her and her vision as she supported us in our vision, and vice versa, and keep this community and village thing going.
Amazing, King, amazing. And I am part of JMA now too, so I'm definitely getting my skills up and commend you and stay healthy and bring us out this trap, man. Fingers out this track.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. King.
Yep. Welcome to the JMA family.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what are our next callers?
All right, callers. So again, star 6 to hop in the queue.
Yep. So
We're
stars.
clear at the moment.
Call queue is clear. Star 6 to hop in the queue. I'm really excited about this Deal Smack opportunity and just all opportunities where our fund can be not just active in real estate investing. That's boring. But where we can be active in real estate investing from a socially responsible standpoint and where we can support socially responsible investors and developers and give folks of color, of African descent, or people who are underserved, give them an opportunity to get the same kind of access to capital that other communities have had access to, throughout. Now, Tulsa Real Estate Fund is not, we were the first Black-owned or African and American-owned real estate crowdfunder in the country. As we launched, we opened up investments to people of all walks of life. And in Tulsa, at our Tulsa community meeting, I met one of our Caucasian, white, or European, members and shareholders. And we encourage folks of all walks of life, ethnicities, or genders and religions and everything to invest in the fund. The fund is not just for the investment of people of African descent or people of color. The fund is for all those, who support socially responsible group economics and investing, and those who want to be a part of something that's cool and that's innovative and that is trend-setting and that is really going to make a difference, right? So everyone's invited into that pot, and we will make sure that our investments are, again, well vetted and as best performing and socially responsible as possible. We do keep, our management company. This company is a 100%. It's not a 100% Black-owned company now. That it's been open as for shareholders of, through the world. But it is still operated 100% a Black-operated company, as we want to stay true to the vision and the mission of making sure that funds can be allocated specifically for the repair of, in some cases, some cases we'll diversify, we'll invest in any area. But as a CEO and the founder and a leader of this movement, we do want to make sure we stay true to our mission of making sure that funds are being allocated specifically for the repair of our community and our village. And we can't trust that narrative from any other real estate guru, expert, fund manager, etc., that they're going to be as connected as we have been and continue to be, and as progressive and as socially responsible for making sure that we come back to save the village. So that's just a little side note. We got somebody on the line?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, this is Dee Dee.
Queen Dee Dee. Hello.
Hi. I'm sorry, I'm listening to you online here. That's one phone.
Okay.
So my question was, because I'm not a founder, but I'm an investor, and I wanted to look at the building as a provider, and I know founders will there be an opportunity for some investors to have their names on the building? I guess if we contribute more to the fund or something.
That's a great question. So Queen Dee Dee asked, so as we mentioned earlier, founders who had a deadline to invest, their names will be memorialized at our building site. And she asked, will there be an opportunity for the other investors to be able to have that same opportunity on future projects, maybe based on how much they invest or some other kind of something? And Queen Dee Dee, I think that's something, as the team is listening, that we should, we are open to and we should try, is to maybe have a contest, or maybe it's a 2-week period, a 3-week, whatever it is. The question was about could there be opportunity for those who didn't make the founders list and future investors to be able to be memorialized at some site in the future. And so I think we could do a contest maybe at some point where we say, hey, look, we're opening up the capital raise back again for, this memorializing, whatever, And yeah, I think we can do that, Queen Didi. I appreciate the thought and suggestion and just even the support of you being in our fund and thinking about, you know, what it means for your legacy.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was a good one. Yeah, we're going to do that. Maybe we'll do that before the end of the year, open up. Maybe like around Kwanzaa time. Maybe like Black Friday. Yeah, yeah, that'd be good. Set of Christmas gifts, buy Tulsa shares, and you'll be a memorialized member. Ooh, bang, bang. Hey, what's going on, King? Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is Trey Malone, and I just became a recent real estate agent about 3 months ago.
Okay.
But I have an opportunity. I have actually a house I'm living in right now, and it has about $50,000 left on it, and I'm trying to transition to become a real estate investor.
Okay.
And I just want to know how I can, like, I don't have any information or any resources to figure out how I can fund that, because I want to get it up and running as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's just about it.
Gotcha. So we did a lecture last night on our corner class tour in Baltimore, and so this is King Trey. He's bringing an opportunity. He wants to be a real estate investor. He's living in a home that has 50 grand left on it, and wants to see if there's any opportunity for him to use any equity in that to start building his portfolio, etc. And so last night we talked about this kind of person profile. We call it someone that's equity rich. And I don't know how much equity you have. I don't know how much the home is worth. You know, I don't know all the details, but but for those who are equity rich, it's the same thing. You must know the angles. That's what you're asking. Like, how do I find the angles to facilitate this? And it's not just about pulling like the equity out of your home, but it's about now what do I do next, and how do I make sure I make the smartest and wisest moves doing that. And so what I would suggest for you, King, and this for anyone that's equity rich out there, same as those who are cash rich or asset rich or just even rich in ambition, or those who are credit rich. You don't got much cash, but you got a great credit score. You got to learn the angle. So I want to give you guys two things. King Ave, is that replay from last night still available? They just go to the website and register?
No.
So, King, what you can do, free webinar, 3 hours long, well worth your time. But you got to do it quick.
Okay.
You go to cornerclasstour.com. That's all of you out there who haven't seen this lecture. It's a free lecture on credit, on leverage, on entrepreneurship, right? And on real estate investing. Go to cornerclasstour.com. Register for the Baltimore live stream we did last night. It was a free live stream that we did. Register for that. Watch the entire thing. But we gave a special opportunity that ends tomorrow night. That opportunity is for mentorship, for 6 months of mentorship, and real estate investor training, and credit mastery training, all for $200 flat. Well, $199 flat.
Good. Wow. Hey, that's an opportunity right there.
That's the opportunity right there. And in that course, and with the weekly mentorship calls and the student community that you get with that $199 flat fee, like not a month, not a quarter, just $199, you got over 52 lessons, 6 months of mentorship calls, and part of our JMA family. Watch that webinar. Go to jmorrisonacademy.com or call the 800 number and register for the beginners program tomorrow before it ends, or the one-on-one coaching if that's what you want, or whatever layer fits you. But I would do that. I would get trained on real estate investing before I risk tapping into my equity of my house, not having any prior experience, mentorship, or coaching on what to do next.
Exactly. Okay. Well, appreciate the knowledge and wisdom, and I really appreciate it. Much love to you.
Much love to you, King. Thank you. Peace. And I preach that to everybody. It's like, let's not go out here and try to cut hair and we never been taught, right? You're gonna chip somebody up. Like, you're not gonna do no shape up and a taper fade. Like, it's just not gonna happen, and you just have not been trained. Let's not go out here and go operate on somebody and we have not been to, the proper medical school. So don't go out here and go operate on your house and go operate on your finances and you have not been trained financially, economically, from a real estate investor standpoint. Like, just learn the strategies, learn the lessons, learn the evaluation tactics, learn how to analyze, learn how to build your business, learn how to start your business, learn how to negotiate your business, learn how to finance your deal, right? Learn these simple principles that they refused to teach us in school, bastards. They knew they could have taught us this in school, but we do now have it in JMA, and we make sure we will offer wealth education more accessibly, more relatably, and more affordably than anywhere you're going to get it. So that's jmorrisonacademy.com. Again, click on courses. Our beginner's course is, again, $199 flat fee. You got to put in the promo code, though, beginners 199. And again, free, begin 199, right? It's a promo code for that beginner's course. Begin 199, all caps, for you to get this special tuition opportunity. But that's explained in that free webinar I told you about. You guys can get at cornerclasstour.com. It's a totally free webinar, 3 hours. It's with myself, my wife, Ernestine Morrison, and my partner, Will Roundtree, Mr. Credit is King. You just should watch it with your family. Like the way you binge watch Netflix or reality show, go binge watch that lecture from last night. It'll change your whole family paradigm. All right. Last question for tonight. What we got?
The queue is currently clear.
Okay, well, we don't got to do no more. Hey! All right, the queue is clear. I appreciate everyone who called in. Looking forward to evaluating these opportunities that came in and seeing if there's an opportunity for us to partner and document it and show how we went from a live stream and social media to actually owning and acquiring and partnering on real estate assets with our members. Like, this is how the community works. Like, this right here is a whole, being able to have this platform on Thursdays, Tulsa Talk Podcast, to have this platform on Thursdays, which I need you to subscribe to the iTunes, Tulsa Talk Podcast, Tulsa Talk Thursdays, but to allow our village to chime in, whether it be for mentorship, for guidance, for wisdom, or for capital, for money, for partnership opportunities, and for us to be able to be in a position collectively as a group to be able to do it and make it happen, that's a special thing. That has not been done before. And us leveraging technology and these digital platforms and mediums to do so, that's so special. Let's continue to be legendary. Let's continue to make our ancestors proud. Our ancestors are tired. They have carried us on their back for 450 years. It's time that we give them a break and put them on our back, and we move forward with the innovation, the charisma, the ideas, the energy, the courageousness, the bravery, and we go handle our business of saving our community, saving our village, building our village, living it, not just talking it, not just hashtagging it, but get in the trenches, get in the streets, as we'll be in Chicago next week. What's that, September, what date? 25th. 25th.
26.
Yeah, 25th, 26th. We'll be in Chicago, on the west side, in the hood, on the corner, teaching wealth strategies and financial empowerment. And then we'll be in Detroit after that, and on our Corner Class 3 tour. You can find out more about what cities we'll be in, such as Jacksonville. We'll be in Plainfield, New Jersey, Jacksonville, Florida, Los Angeles, California, Detroit, Chicago. What else we got?
Atlanta
and then Atlanta. The last one. Check us out at cornerclasstour.com and register for a city near you. But we do have that live stream from Baltimore you also can register for last night. And you got about 24 hours left for the J. Morrison Academy promo and our Easy Funding tuition promo, which our Easy Funding program, we are funding business owners with their own credit lines for their own businesses. I don't care how new or old your business is, doesn't matter. No tax returns are needed. No bank statements are needed. No W-2s needed. No proof of employment needed, right? This is unsecured, uncollateralized business funding. You can go to useeasyfunding.com. Go to useeasyfunding.com. And for that promo, it's easy, right?
Easy 199.
Easy 199. Register for our Easy Funding program. It's like 80-something% off. And all you got to do is put an Easy 199 when you go to our business funding program. And that is applications totally free to submission to over 24 banks. And we'll help you build out a business compliant profile and business credit to be able to get funded from these banks with mentorship calls and lectures included. I'm talking about we're giving $1 million of game, strategy, education, information, and training away. Take advantage of it, not for us, but for your family. The things that you don't know about building wealth, about building your family legacy, the things that you just don't know, you're just not sure of. If you don't know them in this lifetime, because it hasn't been given to you in school or college or from your family of past, if you don't learn it in this lifetime, you force your children to learn it because you were too lazy, undisciplined, or unfocused to learn it for yourself. We should be given all this credit game, leverage game, secure credit cards, authorized users, wholesale real estate, syndicate deals, 100% financing. We should be passing this down right to our children and our siblings and everybody in our family, putting them on game so we as a community can catch up. Like, that's our duty, that's our responsibility. So let's continue to be the good stewards and fiduciaries and CEOs for our last name. I'm the CEO for the Morrison family last name. I'm the visionary, I'm the leader for our legacy. What the Morrisons are to become is now on me. I take responsibility for that. So it's very important that I'm very intentional about everything that I learned, that I pass down, that I advise, that I do, because we need that last name to ring bells for generations to come. The same for you. You don't got to keep up with the Joneses, and Jones is not your last name. You got to keep up with the Carters or Kardashians and nobody else if it's not your last name. Keep up with your last name and focus on your last name and your legacy, but you can't be financially dumb. We say financially illiterate, but no, financially dumb. Financially weak sauce. Financially illiterate. Financially oblivious. You just can't be. You got to learn the financial canvas. And the only way you do that is by getting financial, entrepreneur, economic, real estate, credit, training, mentorship, coaching. Because, again, you know math, you know algebra, you know geometry, you know world history, you know how to read and write and verbs and adjectives because they gave it to you K through 12. You got it in school. But they left the financial part out in school. So you know all about world history. You know what an adverb is and what an adjective is and what a noun is. You might even know how to dissect a frog or two. You understand basic math. You went to college, got a PhD, but you still didn't learn about how to improve your FICO score or increase your credit profile or how to delete inquiries or how to buy your first property or how to leverage the city's money for your down payment money or how to include your closing cost on the seller side. Or how to buy 3% down or use future rental income, or how to buy a 4-family with a mixed unit for 3% down. Or how to leverage multiple co-borrowers, how to get business funding. Like, you didn't learn these things, but you went through all this education. You just don't have a financial education. We were talking about a couple of days ago in closing, a gentleman, someone was telling me was so smart, was so educated, but he's doing bad right now financially. And I was like, he got educated on the wrong things. And it's not a knock. It's good to be smart in specific niches and categories and things that are passionate to you. But the same way, we're not necessarily passionate about driving, but we all know how to drive. You learned how to drive, may not be your passion unless you're a limo driver or a truck driver or some kind of professional driver. Other than that, driving is probably not your passion, but you know how to do it. Finances and economics and real estate don't got to be your passion for you to know how to do it. It's a necessity in life. That's what put us in a position to be able to have this fund, is knowledge base and strategy. So I want to encourage all you guys to get financially literate and educated. We do that through our sister company, the J. Morrison Academy. Again, we have special going on for our tuition, business funding through Use Easy Funding. And again, invest with Tulsa. Invest in the village. Bet on yourself. tulsa-real-estate-fund.com. And we're looking forward to our future acquisitions, announcements, and make sure you go to iTunes on your little downtime and subscribe to the Tulsa Talks podcast. Thank you so much. Thank you for our team who have participated, helps us do this. From the moderator, Queen Tam, to Queen Jazz, King Avery, King Jane, everybody in between. Thank you so much. Love y'all. Tref life, faux life. See you next Thursday. Tulsa Talks. Peace.